Mrs. Michaels, I heard a little bit of information during my lunchtime conversation I found very intriguing.
And I'll bet you're going to tell me all about it.
In my own roundabout way, yes. I was just told that your maiden name was Gault. Your father was Dr. Leo Gault.
Yes, that's right.
That you lived just outside of Evansville in a great big house.
Mr. Swift, if you'd get to the point, I'd really appreciate it. Sorry. I have a lot of work to do.
I do apologize. Lawyers, you know, we beat around the bush. This has to do with the night of the train wreck at Grand Falls. I'm sure you remember that night. I was told that a man, described actually as a tramp, was seen coming from the direction of the wreck site and heading towards your house. I was wondering if you could tell me anything about that.
What do you expect me to tell you?
Well, anything. Did you or anyone in the Gault house see anyone like that? A tramp, a prowler, anyone at all?
No, we didn't.
You sure about that?
Mr. Swift, the accident occurred 2 miles away from our home. We didn't even hear about it until the next morning.
Well, I'm not really asking you about the accident. I'm asking about a man, a stranger, that you might have seen in your vicinity that night.
We didn't see any stranger.
Oh. What about your husband? Was he home that night, too?
Yes, he was. As a matter of fact, we went to bed early. We usually do.
Do you know a woman named Eileen Major? She's a waitress in Evansville.
I know very few people in town.
She's the one who told me about the tramp and said that if he was heading anywhere in that direction, to panhandle a meal, something like that, it would have to be your house.
I don't see what is so important to you. A tramp of all people.
It's funny. It's not really important unless the man wasn't a tramp.
Yes, Doctor.
Emily, have those new forms come in from Washington?
Yes, they came in a few minutes ago. I'll bring them right in to you.
Oh, look, there's no hurry. I won't be preparing them till later.
No, it's all right. I'll bring them right in now. Excuse me, but the doctor needs me.
Of course.
Goodbye, Mr. Swift.
Goodbye, Mrs. Michaels. Thank you for your time.
Well, put these forms away right away. I always kept my father's files current. Not that it did much good. Every time he went through them, he put them back in the wrong place. Oh, God, talk about doing the wrong thing.
Emily, stop worrying so much, will you? It's not unnatural to be nervous your first day in a new job. Imagine what doctors go through their first day with any patients.
I don't know how you doctors do it with so much responsibility.
Listen, that's why we have to go through those years of training, face up to that responsibility.
Well, today I wish I had more formal training.
Well, let's not lose the old confidence now.
Oh, no, I won't. And you won't be sorry you hired me, Doctor. I promise you. Shall I get that?
Well, I get some. Dr. Kavanaugh. Well, yes, she is, as a matter of fact. She's right here.
It's for me?
Yep.
Is it, who is it?
It's a man. I didn't ask who it was.
Well, I'll take it outside then. I'm awfully sorry taking a personal call on my first day.
It's probably just somebody wishing you luck.
Yeah. Well, I won't be long. Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Michaels. It's Chuck. DeLuca?
Oh, yes, Mr. DeLuca. Did you get my message about my husband?
Oh, yeah, one of the guys told me he wouldn't be in, so, I called the house to see how he was getting along, but nobody answered the phone.
Oh, Kirk was probably asleep. I turned the phone off in our bedroom so he wouldn't be disturbed.
Oh, gee, that sounds bad. His leg didn't get worse, did it?
No, it's not that at all. He has some kind of a flu or something.
The flu, huh? Well, I'm not saying I'm glad it's that, but, I'm happy it's not his leg, because I really feel guilty about that dropping the crate on the poor guy. I mean, it was all my fault.
No, it's not that at all. He's fine. In fact, we went to Playland this weekend, and I want to thank you again for those tickets.
Oh, hey, don't thank me. It sounds like you picked up some kind of bug or something.
Yes, I guess that is what happened. But I suppose those things are to be expected when you're traveling in crowds.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear it. Hey, I hope you don't mind me calling you at work. Kirk told me you were going to work with Dr. Kavanaugh, so I looked...
Oh, no, it's very thoughtful of you.
Oh, well, anyway, listen, if there's anything I can do to help, if Kirk wants me to do anything, you just let me know.
Yes, I will. And Kirk should be into work in a day or so. Well, thank you again for calling. Goodbye.
So long.
Dear Lord, I hope it's true.
Help! Help!
Relax, honey, I'm back.
Take this off of me!
Okay. Told you it's just for a little while until I got myself some lunch.
These ropes, they're cutting off my circulation.
That's too bad. Look, babyface, it's not my fault Larry had to go to work when I started feeling these old hunger pangs. Looks good, huh? I thought you'd just like to watch me eat. Good. Juicy. Nice cold beer, too. It hits the spot. These hamburgers are really terrific. I could eat a dozen of them.
Yeah, I can believe that. Look, you think you can starve me into telling you what you want to know?
You'll tell us sooner or later.
I can't. Look, how many times you gotta hear this before you get it through that thick skull of yours? I can't tell you something I don't know.
Oh, you had the money all right, baby. We know that. You had the whole $100 grand. We saw you with it.
Look, you said there was a car crash. Money could have been in the car. Maybe it was burned up. Maybe the police stole it. Any number of things could have happened to that money.
We know what happened to it. Some wise guy stashed it away and lived happily ever after. Till now, wise guy. It's really great. Only an appetizer. The second one looks even better than the first. There's another one in the bag. You could have it, too. It's cheap. It's only $60,000. Take a whiff. Good, huh? It's all yours. All you have to do is say the right words.
I don't know the right words.
Then you'll have to make some up. Otherwise, you won't have the pleasure of starving to death. It'll be a lot faster and a lot messier. It almost spoils my appetite just to think of the things we're going to have to do to you.
Hi, come on in.
Hi there.
Hey, remind me to have a key made for you.
Okay. I just came from your husband's office.
I know, I just talked to him on the phone a little while ago, and he said he gave you a clean bill of health.
Isn't that great?
Yes, it is. But I think he also told you you're not as strong as you should be.
I know. I'm still undernourished and run down and all those other little orphan Annie things. But at least it isn't anything serious.
Well, it could be. If you don't take care of yourself and your body gets in a weakened condition, all those little bugs and viruses and germs are going to have a field day. Listen to me. I know I am the doctor's wife. I am not the doctor.
You must learn a lot being married to a doctor.
Yeah, you do. You also learn that even doctors can forget to take an umbrella when it's raining, and they can forget to eat for an entire day. Speaking of food, would you like some lunch?
Oh, no, I don't want to put you to any trouble.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. It's already fixed. It's just a sandwich. Let me get it for you.
Okay. You know, Nicole, I've only been here a day, and already I feel so much stronger.
Don't kid yourself. It's going to take time.
Yeah, that's what Dr. Kavanaugh said.
No, I think you could call him Miles.
Do you really think so?
Sure. We'd all be a lot more comfortable. You are a member of this household.
I'd like that. I guess when a man is a doctor, you tend to get a little bit respectful.
Oh, respect isn't really a matter of titles anyway, is it?
No, I guess it's more than that. Besides, your husband isn't stuffy like you imagine most doctors to be. He's really warm and friendly.
I like him.
Where did you meet him?
In a hospital. I was a patient, and he was my doctor.
You know, you're really lucky to have met somebody like him. He's so giving. Most of the men I ever met have been takers. And the younger they are, the worse they are.
You're so young to be that cynical. Speaking of young men, we're going to have a young one over here tonight, and I happen to think he's very nice. Our friends Nancy and Mike Carr are coming over for dinner, and they're bringing their nephew. But you know Kelly McGrath, don't you?
Yeah, I like Kelly. He's a very sweet kid.
Well, if I were to take a guess, I would say that Kelly likes you, too.
He asked me out a couple of times.
Oh, he did? Did you go?
Well, no. It's not because I didn't like him. It's because I wasn't going out then.
That's right. You were busy with your dance lessons. You know, I admire your dedication. When I was your age, I don't think it would have occurred to me to miss a date for a dance lesson.
You know, you're not that much older than me.
Oh, I have a few years on you, sis.
It's really strange to hear you call me that. Sis.
I think we've established that it's true, haven't we?
Yeah. But being that we're only half sisters, and considering the circumstances of my birth...
Hey, none of that. Jody, if you think that there's anything for you to be ashamed of...
Well, isn't there? Our father wasn't married to my mother. He was married to yours.
If there's any blame involved, it's theirs. It's certainly not yours. There aren't any illegitimate children. They're just illegitimate parents. Anyway, I think that whole concept is dying out now. Well, certainly from a moral point of view. I don't know about the legal. Anyway, we were talking about a puppeteer.
You're right. I'm really glad Kelly has the chance to perform at the Unicorn.
So am I. Did you know that Miles helped him launch his career?
Miles did?
Sure. Well, I'm kind of kidding, but he did get him to do the show for the kids at Monticello General, and then that led to his plug on the air by that DJ, and that led to his current status as a star performer.
I'm just sorry that I got sick right in the middle of his debut.
Oh, no. It was fine. He was a big hit anyway. The audience adored him. I think that Elliot may have found a way to make that place a success.
Do you want to know something? I don't really like Elliot Dorn. I don't know. There's something about him. He's so tacky.
You know, you didn't tell me what you think about Kelly coming over here this evening.
It's your home, Nicole.
You can give me a better answer than that.
I told you. I like Kelly. He's very sweet. There's just one thing wrong with him. He's too young.
Grand Falls, Evansville. A mile and 3/4 on the main road. And on the back road, about a mile and a half. Come in.
Already in.
Oh.
And I got some terrific news for you.
Oh, that's good. What is it for a change?
I just had a little chat with Benita Thomas.
Oh, yeah, the social worker. What'd she say?
She would not like that term, especially since she's working for a rich foundation now. She is a director of social engineering.
A director of social engineering? I'll make a note of that.
Well, she wasn't too keen on my idea about doing an objective study on Jamie's domestic situation.
Well, then what's the good news?
Would you let me set this up, all right?
Be my guest. Go ahead.
Well, I twisted a few metaphors, you know me and my silver tongue, and she agreed to do it. She's going to pay Raven a surprise visit, and when she sees the condition of that household, Jamie will be yours.
Cliff, it sounds good.
Good. It's great. It's terrific. It's the only evidence we got since you let April Scott off the hook.
No.
Sorry. The only condition that Benita made was there's got to be a completely objective report. She's got to be able to submit it to the judge whether it's good or bad.
Well, that's fair. I understand that.
It won't be bad. It'll be horrific. Hell hath no fury like the director of social engineering's scorn.
Well, let's hope it works out that way. It'd be very useful.
Now, what are you looking at the map for? You taking another trip?
No, just checking out a place I've already been.
Where's that?
Evansville. It's up there by Grand Falls. I had an interesting encounter this afternoon with a former resident of Evansville who also happens to work for April's brother.
Yeah, who?
A woman named Emily Michaels. She and her husband used to live up there. I questioned her about the night of the train wreck.
Oh. You still looking for that dead body?
Well, the only clue we picked up there was that a tramp was seen that night heading from the direction of the wreck towards a house owned by a family named Gault.
Gault? What's that have to do with Emily Michaels?
Well, her name used to be Gault. It was her house, but she claims she didn't see anything, didn't hear anything.
So, see, you're back to square zero.
Well, maybe. I don't know. It's the way she denied it, a little too strongly, if you know what I mean. Methinks she doth protest too much.
Shakespeare.
Right.
I'm getting pretty good, you know? I used to have to invent all my quotes.
Goodbye, Cliff.
Right. Oh, look, Benita says she wants to get to work real quick, so there might be more good news soon.
Okay, you keep me posted. And Cliff, thank you. This is a terrific idea of yours.
All right, remember, Louise, these pills have got to be taken twice a day.
I'll try, Doctor. I'm just a little forgetful sometimes.
Well, you got to take them. They won't do you any good. Come on.
Will Mrs. Simmons have her next appointment then?
Oh no, I'll call. I'll be away for a while.
Oh, all right. Have a good time. Just remember to take your pills with you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Doors to your right.
I have that letter for you.
Oh, nice. Well, look at this. You're so worried about the typing. It looks flawless.
Guess I was just afraid of the new typewriter.
Can you answer me a question, Emily, about your husband?
Yes, of course.
I think you mentioned he was ill, didn't you?
Yes, he is. He, has some kind of a flu.
Well, what I wanted to know is if you wanted to leave early today, maybe go home and take care of him.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can. I just have one more patient, and I'm going off to the hospital.
No, thank you very much, but I'd really rather not. It'll do any good anyway.
Well, just how serious is this flu of his? Tell me, what is it? What's the matter at home?
The truth is that he isn't sick at all. He isn't even at home.
Where is he?
I don't know. He went out last night. He wrote me a note saying he'd be back in a couple of hours.
You mean say he just vanished?
Well, he called me later. He said he was going to be out of town for a few days on business. But he didn't tell me where.
Emily, tell me, did you and he have some kind of quarrel?
No. Well, we did have a little disagreement.
I see.
But I'm sure everything is going to be all right. He's going to come back home. It's just not knowing where he is or how he is. I just can't help worrying about him.
You don't think it's a matter for the police?
Oh, no. No. I think he's probably just met up with some friends, and he's going to stay with them for a few days. In fact, I'm sure of it. I'm really sorry to bring my personal problems here. I'll get this mailed out.
God, I hate this job. Every damn thing that goes wrong, they yell for me. How's our absent-minded professor?
I think he's hungry.
Yeah? Well, he ain't getting a bite to eat until he tells us something that we want to hear. Come on, Kirk, you can't hold out forever.
Look, I'm no hero. Money doesn't mean that much to me.
Well, it doesn't, huh?
No, it doesn't. I'd give you all the money for just one of those hamburgers, but I don't have it.
See what I mean? He's still putting on that act. He really thinks if he says it often enough, we'll believe him.
You have to believe me. It's the truth.
What are we gonna have to do to change your mind?
Whatever you do, it's not gonna work.
Just listen to that, Larry. I told you what we can do. And I don't mean just starving him or slapping him around. Come here.
I don't like the bloody stuff, Frankie. You're liable to kill the guy.
We'll have to kill him whether he talks or not. You know that. Come on. It's the only way.
All right, but just be careful.
Oh, I'll be careful. Where are your tools?
They're on the table.
Ah. Very nice. Very